and the empowerment of women in the family, parenting and associated laws, child and drug abuse, domestic violence, and teenage pregnancy. Call in to air your views and make your contributions on 459-7885 or 459-7888. Family Matters on 88.5 Soufre FM.
Hello, good morning. Welcome back to Family Matters. Again, I must apologize for my disappearing act, which most times I do, but as Ellen has said before, and I'm saying again, I am a very, very busy lady, and I try being here as often as possible. Today, we are going to have a very special show, and I was looking forward to it so much that I didn't sleep well last night, I don't think.
Wow.
Because we have three very special people here. And of course, if anybody knows me, they will know that I have a great passion for children. So here with me are three special young men, and they are going to introduce themselves in a bit. So our topic this morning will be succeeding amidst the challenges. So each one of them here have accomplished something very special in their lives, and they are going to tell you who they are and what they represent, what they've won, what they represent. And my reason for having only boys today, it's a boys show, is to show the public, to tell society, hey, our boys are coming back, and of course how well our boys are doing. So I'm going to hand you over to our guest. So we are going to start off with my darling over here. Let him begin. What's your name? Tell us your name, sir.
My name is Leon Griffith.
And what school are you representing?
I'm representing Sufa Primary School.
Soufre Primary School. Very good. And I had the pleasure of attending his graduation. He actually succeeded out of Soufre, and he actually was a valedictorian of his class. So welcome, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Next to him, we have, introduce yourself.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Kenyan Osman, and I represent the Mogush Combined School.
The Mogush Combined School, and tell us, what title do you hold?
I hold the title of Junior Calypso Monarch of St. Lucia.
And give us your nickname.
T. Kennel.
Tikeno. Welcome and congratulations once again. And you
Yes.
also worked your CPA
Yes.
and went to another school. So again, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
And our last young man, could you introduce yourself?
My name is Malachi Bodemet, and I represent the Saltibus Combined School.
Okay. Malachi Bodimet, and you represent the Saltibus Combined School. Tell us your achievement.
I won the national reading competition.
Okay, so you won the national reading competition from last year. Okay, welcome all of you, and all of you have great achievements. And I want to do very little talking today. I'm going to let the young men talk. So this time I'm not going to call anybody. I want you to maybe volunteer to start, to tell us a little bit about your journey. Okay, so you will tell me, okay, maybe I should start with you. Yes, I'll start with you, Mr. Griffith. So you'll tell us you were the valedictorian of your class. Am I correct?
Yes.
So were you the top achiever at your school?
Yes.
Yes, you were very good. But what is more interesting is that this young man is also a footballer.
Yes.
Yes, you're a footballer. Tell us a little about how you managed your time. How did you juggle being the valedictorian, the top achiever, to I was told that you actually were selected to play nationally.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome, guys. So tell us a little about that.
My parents always told me that I can do it all, but I have to balance it. Football training and lessons were always at the same time. So I would go to lessons, and later in the day, I would do some individual training at home. Or sometimes I would ask my father to tag along to his training during the night. And for my studies, for me to, when I fell behind, especially during the school tournament, I would have to go all the way to Denry, and when I came back, I would go straight to my lessons class and push in the work that I missed. And for the days when I came back too late, I would ask my teacher to send some work to the Google Classroom and then do some online studying.
Awesome. Wow. I hope you listeners out there, you're listening, especially you on vacation.
And the kids are
That, yes, that you are out there listening. This is very inspiring. And this is a boy here. And normally you would hear, boys don't like their schoolwork. Boys don't like to study. So tell us, were you not, didn't you feel tired?
Yes, very much.
But what kept you going?
My parents' words of encouragement, and that I knew it was just for a short period of time and it would be over soon.
Awesome. Very good. Was there at any point where daddy had to say, Leon, go to your books?
Yes, that happened many times.
I want the listeners to hear that part because they would think that, hey, Leon was always in his book so disciplined, but let them hear that your parents, they are at you and they were with you, encouraging you. Okay? So tell us, your daddy was at you many times, your parents actually.
Yes.
So, what did you do at that point?
I would go to study, but I wouldn't study to the best of my ability all the time because I saw everyone else out to play, and sometimes I would rush just to go to play with them.
Awesome. Because at the end of the day, yes, you're a child, but you did study.
Yes.
Okay? Awesome. Congratulations again. Great to hear that from the mouth of babies. So I'm hoping that somebody who's listening out there, you are inspired by Leon's words. Over to you, Tikeno. Tell us, you won the national calypso competition. Okay? And I remember that Tikeno actually last year participated in the national calypso competition and you came fourth?
Yes, ma'am.
He came fourth. And imagine this time around coming and saying, hey, I'm winning this. And he did, right? And also, along with this, CPEA.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us, how did you manage all that?
So miss, I'm a very fast learner, so I could juggle my schoolwork while also being able to practice and get lessons on singing and stuff. So I kept on finishing my work very quickly so that when the time comes for me to practice, I don't have stuff that piles up over time and have to stress before doing it. So yeah.
Okay. And where did your parents come in all that?
My parents were very encouraging. My mother helped me a lot. Also my father, his encouraging words kept me motivated from the start.
Awesome. Okay. Did you feel at any time that, hey, I cannot do this and I want to give up?
No.
You never felt that?
No.
Okay. So what was your motivation? You were going out there, and especially because I know to win a competition it is a lot.
Yes, miss. My motivation was my supporters, my family, my mother and father, and yeah.
Okay. So for your CPEA and Calypso, did you feel that you needed to choose one sometimes?
No.
No.
It was
Okay.
never like that.
So you never felt tired, that I'm too tired to study?
No.
Okay. So at some point, like Leon told us, didn't your parents have to say, go to your books, go to your books?
Yes, miss, very much.
That much I know. Okay? Go to your books. And you had to finish your assignments and then go to practice and so on. So when you came fourth place last year, how did you feel?
I felt discouraged sometime, but then my mother told me I can go again next year and do it. And then I kept on telling myself must win that crown next year. So then I went out there and I did it.
That is it. Just pick it into existence. Very
Yes.
good. And you gave it your all.
Yes.
But what I am most pleased with to hear you say is that you were discouraged, and that did not stop you. Awesome. You were discouraged, but you said to yourself, "Hey, I am doing it
Yes. Miss.
this year," and you did it.
Yes.
Congratulations again. Come on,
Thank you
closer.
very much.
Okay.
Yes. Miss.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So, you listeners out there, make sure you are being inspired by these young men. All right. And next we have Mr. Malachi Bodimet from the Saltibus Combine. Mr. Malachi, tell us about you. You said that you won the reading competition.
Yes, miss.
Okay. So, how did you start off by reading? Boys don't often like reading. Do you like reading?
No, miss.
Okay, that was honest. You do not like reading. So, how did you become the national reading champion?
Miss, growing up, I had a lisp. I still have it. So, miss, when I couldn't say words properly, I had to spell it out so they could understand what I was saying. And my parents, they often wanted me to read, to go in my books, because I was on the device. So I learned to read better and I learned new words.
Very good. And folks, yes, he's my son, what you met. And a little about that, Lips, and reason why I brought him on. My son, I wanted to give his story out there so that I'm hoping that he encourages others. He had a terrible lisp to the point that I thought he would need some speech therapy. And sometimes when he spoke at home, I could not understand what he was saying at all. So what he used to do, if he wanted to tell me cup and I was not getting that, he used to spell it, right? C-U-P, cup. He used to learn to spell everything. So not only did he become a very good reader, he also became a very good speller. So tell us your journey into reading. I don't want to be the one doing the talking. Tell us your journey into reading.
Growing up, I had a tablet, so my parents told me to go into my books very, very often because I was always on the device. So I could not take it into habit to stay on the tablet every time. So miss, I had to go into my books, learn words, and learn spelling. And miss, as the result of spelling, I'm the first place speller in my class, and I'm the best reader in my class.
Okay, great. And during that time that you were reading, were you chosen off the bat to represent your school?
No, miss.
How were you chosen?
Miss of practice.
Okay, you practiced well, but then to choose the reader to represent your school, how did that go?
Miss, it went good.
Okay, so when you were chosen to read, and I'm going to say a little bit about that, again, because of the lisp, he did not read very clearly. So he was not chosen off the bat to represent the school. But after reading in church, and boys, I'm saying it because I want you to know that you never know where opportunities. I'm saying boys because I am speaking to my guests here, and I want the listeners to hear as well. You can never tell where an opportunity is going to be. Okay? He was reading in church, and of course, many of you would not want to go and read. Now, fathers go and read in church. I'm very shy, and I don't think I really want to go and read in front of people. But there he was reading in church, and a teacher of his, heard him read, and she said, "Yes, he can do it." Okay, and then she approached him to read, and as Malachi said, he doesn't really like to read. But how was your parent with you?
Miss, she was very encouraging, and miss, even though I didn't want to do it, miss, she pushed me.
Okay, definitely. How did it feel when you won the district competition?
Miss, I felt happy, and miss, I looked back at the times when I didn't want to do it and I cried throughout the night.
Okay, and it made you feel much better,
Yes,
worth it, right? Good. Did you at any point want to give up when you want to represent your district?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So at the point that you wanted to give up, did you get lots of encouragement from your family?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Did that help you to go on?
Yes, miss.
All right, very good. So when you went on to represent your district, did you say to yourself, I am going to do this and I am going to win this? Or you just went in, if I win, I win?
Miss, I encourage myself and also my parents encourage me and my family.
Okay. And did you say to yourself that I am going to do this? I am going to win this?
Yes, miss.
All right. And you went ahead and you won it. Okay. Very encouraging. And I would encourage everybody to read and continue to read, because when you can read, you can do all things. Imagine that you cannot read. All right. So I want all of you to think of the most challenging part of your achievements. What was the most challenging part of your achievements? And we're going to start with Mr. Griffith, but I'm giving him some time to think. What was the most challenging part of you becoming the valedictorian and also you being chosen as a national player? What was the most challenging part of that for Mr. Osman? What was the most challenging part of you winning this Calypso competition? What was the most challenging part of it
There
for
wasn't
you?
any.
Just giving it to you so you can
Okay,
think about
sorry,
it.
sorry.
Yes, not a problem. Not a
Anybody
problem at all.
ready?
Yes. And Mr. Bodiemet, what was the most challenging part of the reading competition? What is the most challenging part for you going out there, reading, and then winning on a national level? All right? So I'm giving you some time. So viewers, again, we have Leon Griffith. I'm giving you his first name. We have Leon Griffith here from the Sufre Primary. We have Kenyan Osman from the Mogush Combine, and we have Malachi Bodimet from the Salty Bus Combine. And all of them are here. They have achieved so much in their young lives, and they are here to give you some form of encouragement and to let you know that, hey, boys are back and boys are taking over. Of course they are. All right?
We have more females academically.
Yes. So the boys are saying, yes, the females fought, they could take over and they're the boss. No, we come in. All right? Because I looked and I saw that boys, I went to some award recently there, and it was a boy who was the top achiever. Okay? And at the Solidibus Combined School, where I had a chance to witness graduation, the boys again were the top achievers. Sufre Primary, the boys were the top achievers. Did that happen at your school? No, it did not. But in the majority of schools, I realized that the boys were the top achievers. And boys, congratulations, continue doing well. And let us prove them wrong, prove the public wrong that, our boys are not doing well, because our boys are doing well and we need to encourage them. And something that the boys have said, and I'm so happy to hear them say, is that my parents, if it wasn't for my parents, the encouraging words, they will add them, they never gave up on them, they never let them down. So parents, kudos to you, all right? Congratulations to you, and continue to do what you are doing. And parents, if you are not encouraging your children, trust me, it makes a huge difference for you being in their lives and encouraging them, and continue to encourage them. All right? So over to you, Mr. Griffith. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us the most challenging part of it.
Well, for me, there wasn't really any challenging part about the football. It was very fun to do, and I just knew I had to practice for me to make the team. As for my studies, like I said, I didn't really want to do it because I saw everyone around playing and I wanted to play too. But my parents told me that was just for a short period of time, and every time they made me study, they did it in a fun way. So
And I'm
it was
guessing
always
one of your parents is a teacher, right?
yeah.
Yes.
So that was the challenging part for me, not wanting to study.
Okay. And I'm very happy to hear that you said they did it in a fun way. So it wasn't adding more pressure on you, because I'm sure that they understood the amount of pressure you were under. So not only did they encourage you, but they also participated. Because if they made it in a fun way and encouraged you to study, that means they were there with you, making it fun, encouraging you forward. And parents, I love hearing this. I love hearing this. Because even sometimes that children are studying, I remembered my daughter studying for physics, and I don't know anything about physics. But what I used to do, I get her a cup of tea and I sit by her. Yes, my girl, continue, encouraging her so that she won't fall asleep. So that in itself is encouraging. Thank you so very much for sharing this, Mr. Griffith. Tell us, Mr. Osman, the most challenging part for you.
There weren't any challenging parts to say, but the only thing that was really, I would not say difficult, but hard, was just the negativity that people had towards me. There was some negative talk about me, and they didn't believe I could have done it because of the way my mother was practicing every single day. They thought my mother was stressing me out and all that stuff. So, yeah.
I love to hear that.
Yes, miss.
And what did you do with these negative talks and the negative thinking by people?
Miss, I just rejected it and focused on the positive parts.
Awesome, great.
Yes, miss.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
So you know what? Because you knew what you were about, and we call
Yes,
that
ma'am.
focus.
Yes,
So you
miss.
shut out the noise out there,
Yes, miss.
okay? And you focus on what you have to do, and you did it.
Yes, miss.
Again, I cannot say congratulations enough.
Yes, miss.
And I
Thank
love
you.
to hear that your mom was so involved, your parent was so involved, and
Yes,
even
miss.
when people thought she was stressing you out,
Yes, miss.
you knew differently, didn't you?
Yes, miss.
Yes, and you knew that you would go out there and win. Not
Yes,
only
miss.
make you proud, but make her proud.
Yes,
In fact,
miss.
your parents proud, because both of them were involved and helping you.
Yes, miss.
Awesome,
Yes, thank
awesome, awesome, awesome. I really love hearing this. And listeners, I'm hoping that as he's touching me right now, he's touching you, because imagine this, a young man, and he's telling you that with all the negative energy he was getting, he was able to shut this out and focus. Not many of us can do that. And that is awesome.
you. Yes,
And
miss.
with
Thank
that
you.
kind of mindset and attitude, you will go very far.
Thank you.
All of you will go very far, because as our topic said, was succeeding amidst the challenges.
Yes.
And of course you did succeed amidst your challenges. All right, so Malachi, tell us, what was the most challenging for you?
Miss, it wasn't anything challenging, but the most, like the hardest thing about it was the encouragement, because one day you wake up to like negativity, like in your mind, thinking you can't do it, but then once you get encouragement from your parents, you get another mindset of thinking you can do it. So juggling it, that was probably the most hardest thing.
Okay. What about practicing? When you had to practice?
Miss, practicing, it wasn't really hard, because as people say, I'm a natural reader, and Miss, it wasn't hard really.
Okay. So I'm going to give a tidbit more about what he's saying there. Malachi, yes, as much as he can read, but Malachi took it very hard. That he can read, but he does not love reading. Okay? So most times to practice, Malachi did not really want to practice, and Malachi cried and cried, because to him it was hard. And just like Mr. Osman was saying, that and I'm happy that Malachi said it as well, that in his mind he thought, maybe I cannot do it, so why am I doing all that, and maybe I go out there and I don't do it. Okay? And I had the pleasure of being there when he went to read, and he came to me saying, I am so nervous and I don't think I can. And I said to him, go out there, just give your best. And I'm sure your parents did that for all of you.
Yes, miss.
Right, Mr. Griffith? Yes. So your parents are there, and this makes a huge difference. Your parents make a huge difference. Question to all of you. Do you think you would have been so far if your parents were not so involved?
No, miss, not
No,
at all.
miss, no.
Why do you not say? Why don't you think so?
Because, miss, they were the most encouraging ones in my life.
Okay.
Yes, miss.
What about?
Yes. They were very encouraging, and I don't think I could have done anything in my life without them.
Miss, they were the source of encouragement, and without them, Miss, and without them encouraging me, I wouldn't be anywhere.
Awesome. So parents, I wanted to highlight that so you could hear. Kudos to you. All right. And as we speak, he's in the background. There is a daddy. And he's there. Full support. And kudos to you, daddy. I'm going to bring you on just to say hi to our listeners because you don't find the fathers. Okay? You don't really find the fathers being there and supporting. And if you've heard my shows before, right, Alan?
Yeah.
I have been calling out to fathers
Multiple occasions.
to be there, to encourage your children. So I'm going to call on, I think we have 2 fathers today. Imagine that, 2 fathers with their sons here today. So I am going to call them. See if your daddy is outside for me, please, Kenyan. And I'm going to call Mr. Griffith to say hello.
Yeah, listen next to you.
Okay.
Okay, so hello everyone, Mr. Griffith here.
And father to Leon Griffith. So you heard all what Leon said, and this is one of the strong persons in the background. Yes. So congratulations again, Mr. Griffith, and please share a word of encouragement to fathers and to parents out there.
Okay, so yeah, I truly believe that the fathers need to play a bigger role. Bigger than they already play. I'm not saying that we don't as fathers, but the little, it could be a small amount, it could be just saying, good luck at school today. And then the children remember that throughout the entire day. I'm a teacher as well, so sometimes they would come to me and say, you know what, daddy dropped me off to school today? And that was just such a huge deal for them that they have the best day. They remember every single thing that they were supposed to learn just because their father dropped them today. But in my special situation, I must say, I'm not saying that I don't do my role, but his mom takes up most of the task. I teach physical education, so when I come home, I'm exhausted. So yeah, I will be studying with him, but she's the one who really, you know, puts in all of that effort and all the fun games he talk about. They actually study in a competition format, so she has to do it herself.
Awesome, mommy. I hope you're listening, mommy. Kudos to you, mommies. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
guys, the kids do
Yes.
appreciate the little that you.
Yes, and I'm happy that that is why I brought you out there because I'm not trying to be biased, but it's realistic that mommies are always there. Mommies are most times the ones there.
Yeah.
So to have the help and the support of daddy makes a huge difference. So of course this is why I'm calling you out. So thank you so very much, Mr.
You're
Griffith,
welcome.
and continuing to do what you are doing. All right, great. So we have another daddy here, and we are going to call the daddy on because of course we have. Introduce yourself, sir.
Oh,
Professor.
good afternoon. My name is Kenrick, also known as Japs, Kenyan's dad, and I support him in his calypso career as much as I can. You know, most times I'm busy working because you know the days of work takes most of your hours. But I must say I'm proud of him. He carries himself well. He performs very well. He's a very easy-going child. It has been a breeze, you know, raising him.
Okay, great, awesome, and thank you, Daddy, for being here and for standing again. I heard a lot of mommy. So, mommy, if you're listening, big up yourself. Kizzy, big up yourself. Great, I know you're locked on. So, yes, calling out to you, Kizzy. So, big up yourself. I know you worked hard, and I'm calling on Daddy because two parents, a child has two parents, and I'm happy to see Daddy here. Daddy came to take him and being a daddy. So, thank you, Daddy, for coming, and thank you for representing your son.
He's
Okay.
welcome anytime, anything he needs.
What of
I'm the best.
encouragement to daddies out there?
Oh, of course. Father's love is very important for the youngsters. You know, too many times it's mommy, 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 and as a result, the children are too soft. We need daddy to be there to harden the children, you know, be a pillar of strength in the child's life. I'm always there and I'm always encouraging my son to be tough. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
And of course, every good thing has to come to an end.
I concur.
And we have to end here. Next time, my next program will be on our young ladies. So we're not only focusing on the boys, but we're going to focus on the girls as well. So, any last words of encouragement? I want each of you to give a word of encouragement to your classmates, to your friends, to anybody who's listening out there. Give a word of encouragement as to how to move forward about anything at all. You spoke about your challenges, so give a word of encouragement to everybody, to somebody out there.
Manage your time well. That is the most important thing. And to believe in yourself. You can go the distance and never give up.
Awesome, Mr. Griffith. Thank you so much. Even I will learn that too. Okay? Yes, Mr.
Manage your
Watson.
time well.
Manage my time well.
So, make
Yeah.
time to manage time.
There are only two things: never give up and take your time to grow.
Ah,
Awesome, awesome. Very good thing, Mr. Osman. Thank you for that. Yes, Mr. Bodimit.
Keep working and believe in yourself.
And believe in yourself. Very good, Mr. Bodimit. So thank you all of you for being here. And of course, I can see the listeners. All right, everybody I'm saying you're doing a good job and they're proud of you and continue the great work. Okay, so
Big up every bullet.
okay, so big up StreamYard. Thank you for your comment. Tia, Claudia Lamontagne, Bevon Bat, Sasha Jean-Pierre James, Adelta Bowens, Shomika Harris, and of course Kizzy Pierre herself. Big up, big up. So thank you very much.
Let them know you go on vacation so you MIA. You see that?
Thank you so very much. And of course, listeners, I will be out for 2 weeks. I'll be on vacation. But as soon as I return, I will be coming back with a bang. And I will be coming up. I'm hoping to come back with the ladies. So another part of the show will be coming back with the young ladies, our achievers.
You might just do some
Alright.
podcast, huh?
Not a problem at all. Great, you need to. Okay, especially this one. All right, so thank you so very much, listeners. Thank you. And thank you, young men, for being here. And thank you, parents, for having them.
Yeah, man. Welcome.
Alright.
That's
Bye.
my one.